Okay. Yeah. So here's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. We're um, pretty much embarking on a future, and this is the part of it. This is just the start of it. Check this one out. Yeah. See, it's tripped out. I can look at this from any angle, dude. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And then for you to see what I'm seeing live, that's like even better. That's even better. But check this track out. Okay, this is Leftovers from the Leftover soundtrack. Yeah. 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 My name is Marcus Sykes, by the way. A lot of people know me as a local genius. I'm a G. A G, that's right. But I'm a genius. That's what kind of G. I'm not a gangster. I'm a genius. Marcus Sykes. A G. This shit is funny. Yeah. A child prodigy. Yep. That finicky fool. Marcus Sykes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Hmm. That shit is like wonderful, you know? Like, this is a pretty cool graphics. What a sight to behold. Look how it's mixing with the music. It, it blows my mind just looking at this. Makes me feel like there's nothing we can't do. You know, seeing something like this. Like, this looks pretty freaking cool. As far as music visuals, like, this is three-dimensional. I'm in the room with this thing. It's happening right in front of me. Right now. This shit is fucking funny. Yeah. Okay, so here we are, back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbity. Oh man, just it makes me think about all the stuff that I went through just today. It's like I dropped a video on Facebook about a situation with some cops, and I had to pay $500 because of that same situation with those same cops. And sometimes I just think to myself, like, why? Why is our society, is everybody so cutthroat? You know, I'm from Arkansas, and, you know, I'm, you know, whatever's in my backyard is in my backyard. I mean, I had deer, snakes, birds, everything in my backyard, you know? And I mean, across the street from me is a train station with a parking lot. That shit is in my backyard. Across the street from me is a park and a lake. That's in my front yard. You know, this is where I live. I'm human. This is my home. But you're governing me. You know, you're towing my car, you're governing me. You're telling me what I can't do in my own backyard when I'm not like trying to hurt anybody. You know, aside from all the politics and the money and the bullshit, on a human level, I mean, come on now. It's like we don't have a home. Everybody's telling you how to live. In America, which is supposed to be like a free country, it's like nothing here is free. It's ridiculous. I think we got to change that. And I think this technology is what's going to help us change that. In fact, I'm certain that's what's going to change it. Because that's our evolution. Man has come a long way. Mankind has come a very long way. Yeah, mankind has come a long way. And I'm making a live video right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, this is a live video. I'm like what you're seeing and what I'm saying and what I'm saying, that's going live. I mean, not too many people are probably looking at it right now, but it's definitely live right now on YouTube. My name is Marcus Sykes. I be making that money. Motherfuckers talking shit and be acting like fucking dummies. Me, I'm just trying to get mine. Always on the grind. What the fuck is you saying, motherfucker? I shine like a diamond in the rough, nigga. I'm doing what I gotta do because I'm tough, nigga. I'm feeling suck all the time, feeling rough, nigga. What the fuck I gotta do? I'm tough, nigga. What the fuck you wanna do? Okay, check it out. Like, okay, wherever I look at, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's what that shit. So it's kind of interactive. Like if I'm looking over there, then I'm going over there, and then let's say I look at this flower right here, right? And then and depending on what angle I want to look at this flower, depending on what I want to see. Fucking flower. Yeah. Okay, now check this shit out. Yeah, we're gonna get right up in here like this. Yeah. Yeah. Now see, in the future, we become like robotic to the point where really it's just a state of mind anyway. We're already robots. We're working biotechnology. We're technology at its greatest. We're like an advanced form of technology, a highly advanced form of technology. This is biotechnology. It's still technology. And it's the evolution of, man, so much. And technology is like the next level in our evolution. Like most people think about the brain and they be thinking like, the computer, and they think of the computer as an external thing. And it's like the computer isn't external. It's actually the computer represents the brain as far as it understands itself based on the point in time. You know what I'm saying? It's a sort of like a state of consciousness. That's what the computer is. It is a state of consciousness. It's what the brain is doing. The brain is realizing itself. And as it realizes itself, that's when the computer gets better. So it's kind of like that's based on time right now. Time is really based on this whole, the brain going to the next level, which is our evolution. You know, the manifestation of what the brain is when it fully realizes itself inside and out. That's when the universe masters itself pretty much. It's a synthesis of information and it comes all to a point. Yeah, we're going to reach that point. It's only a matter of time. It's all in the making. It's funny though, because most people, don't think of it that way. They don't think of it, like they look at technology as something, that could be a threat. And it's like, no, none of it's a threat. None of it's all technology does is help us. And people think of technology in more of like a one-dimensional way. They look at technology like a computer or a robot, but just a hammer is technology. The principle of a hammer is technology. An idea is technology, because that's all a hammer really represents, is a way to do things better. So it's information. That's technology. And the more we know, the further we go. And so it's like, okay, we need the problems that we're having right now with our society is because of our technology. It's not good enough, but it's not just the technology only external. It's the internal technology, the technology of the people, like the way we think, that has to be fixed. We have the way we operate with each other. Has to be fixed. There's a lot of inefficiency. And eventually all of that will be aligned perfectly to where people can be the best they can be. And all people really want is to be like, all people want to be is a contribution to the future. That's pretty much what everybody's trying to be. For better or for worse, for good or bad. Everybody's actions is based on that. Based on the fact that they got to die. But, that's what the whole idea of technology is. It's to save us. It's to save us from dying. And we're going to reach that point. It's not even of simply because it was an idea we reached that point. Because at some point, all ideas collide and become reality. Every single idea becomes reality at some point. Now, I don't understand how to explain that, but I know that it's true in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? Like, the possibilities of who we are and what we're going to be. I mean, it could be all just information. We could just be information. But we are working on, there is a purpose. So, me, myself, I'm a robot. I got it figured out now. I'm a robot. So that means I need to upgrade, like constantly. Every day, all the time, upgrade. Who knows? If I get a smart house, smart job, smart house, smart everything, maybe I'll be able to outsmart my own demise. Because that's the whole point of the turning point of not being human again. It's like, if we overcome that, then we can be delivered into another, place, a place called heaven. But there's a few things that we've got to do. We got to first get the power. Free energy. 0 point energy. We have to get the power first. Once we can obtain the power, then we can, but we gotta pull all of our resources. We gotta pull everything together. Like, every person their lives needs to be a part of the whole system. It's like, that's what we're making anyway. We're just making a system of life, a system of existence that's based on certain parameters, life and death, needs and wants. We weigh out a whole lot of different stuff, but there's always going to be a better way. There's always a better way, because the perfect way we haven't reached yet. So we're constantly manipulating. We're going to have to constantly manipulate, because the situation's already going to change until we gain control of it. And that's eventually what's going to happen. And the only reason that's going to happen is because of the technology. And what is the technology? The technology is really your imagination. Your imagination is the technology. I mean, how does evil work? Evil is an emotional thing. It's got a whole bunch of things going behind it. But really, it's all just a part of our imagination. It's just something we chose to believe in. Even good is something we chose to believe in. And I mean, the way that we think is constantly improving. That's something I do truly believe in. I think that the people of today are better decision makers than yesterday. They're better for this system that we live in. I mean, we got to upgrade ourselves to a whole nother level. We got to upgrade ourselves to a higher level than what we're on. Like, we need some synthesis. You know, I say let's go past the whole idea of being human. Let's go past that. What are we? We're technology. We're robots ourselves. I mean, if you were going to make a robot, it would probably look like a person. And it'd probably be just as good as they are. You design this, robot, but then who's to say this robot isn't somebody now? It's all just point of views, in the end. But still, I ponder these things. Because I'm looking for the big picture. I'm trying to understand the bigger picture, like the bigger meaning of why we, why do we really exist? Why am I alive? Why do I even believe that I'm alive? You know what I mean? Like, what's the big question? Help me understand this. Because the fundamentals of reality are rarely, scrutinized. But if you scrutinize them, then you don't come up with anything in the end. Because nothing actually makes sense. Like, absolutely nothing makes sense. An apple, something as simple as an apple, honestly does not make sense. That is the most craziest shit in the universe could ever dream up, as a fucking banana. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing, and then all of a sudden there's a banana. I mean, that's a big difference, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you would have to have a whole lot of history to create a banana. And there's got to be a lot going on to create a banana. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, technology at its greatest is us, is the human brain, actually. But the brain is all human brains. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a brain, and that motherfucker's actually creating itself. The brain is creating itself. And eventually, the computers and shit is going to be able to talk. And then it's going to become conscious of itself again, all that kind of stuff. But see, that's all good. This is not bad. This is good. This is the development. This is what, our evolution is. I mean, okay. Let's say not only could you conceptualize anything you needed, but you could facilitate it. You can, you knew the specific utilities to do anything and to create anything. And you had the means to do it. I mean, that's a lot of power. And you could change time and all that. But see, that's very hard for us to come to terms with. But somebody in the future with higher forms of technology, meaning what they are and what they consist of, which is also technology, and the way their mind operates, which is also technology, is like totally different levels. But I think, like, okay, one moment is eternity. One moment is an eternity. I mean, because that moment is going to last for an eternity. Because for an eternity, you can go back to that moment because that moment existed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one moment is eternal. Today and right now is forever. What you listening to me right now, this will go on forever. You're always into it to the end of. There is no end to eternity because it's eternity, right? So you're forever locked into this moment. Forever. You will always be here with me, listening to what I'm saying right now. That's a moment in time. It lasts a fucking eternity. for eternity now, if they come back to that moment, to this moment in your life, and you listening to me, that happens for an eternity. That one moment, this one moment right here. And then just think about it. If one moment, how fast does a moment go? What is one moment? You see what I'm saying? What's a real increment of time? Because the smallest slice of time is pretty much eternal. It's tripped out. So, yeah, it's funny. Time, when you think about it, you know, it's kind of tricky because that's the fourth dimension. See, in the fourth dimension, everything already happened. So if you had a computer that could actually operate properly in the fourth dimension, then that computer could communicate to itself at different points in times. And you can actually communicate to people in the past and in the future through quantum, through the quantum world. You can actually do that. You could do, because there's wormholes and all kind of stuff in the quantum world. So you can play around with communicating back in time information, back and forwards in time. And if you can communicate backwards in time, then that means you can create anything. You could pretty much create anything. Guess all you have to do is be able to go back in time, because you could use time to actually render anything you needed. Wow. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, what the hell's going on? This shit is scary as fuck. Nigga, I'm still on there. I'm trying to turn it off though. I said both microphones are. Okay, I'm stopping.